Bank of America, like many financial institutions, has a policy of closing inactive accounts. This might sound alarming at first, but it's important to understand why this happens and how it affects you. The policy is rooted in state laws designed to protect abandoned assets and reunite them with their rightful owners. This isn't some new sneaky tactic by Bank of America. It's a standard industry practice. We're talking decades, people, decades. Banks are obligated to follow these state regulations. Think of it like this: they're just trying to avoid a lawsuit. The good news is that you can take simple steps to keep your account active and avoid closure. This essay will guide you through the ins and outs of Bank of America's policy, explain your rights, and empower you to keep your hard-earned money right where it belongs, in your pocket. Escheatment laws might sound like something out of a Harry Potter book, but they're very real and surprisingly straightforward. These laws are designed to deal with unclaimed financial assets, ensuring they don't just sit idle forever. Essentially, if a financial asset, like a bank account, goes unclaimed for a specific period, it becomes the property of the state. This period can vary depending on the type of asset and the state in which it is held. Yes, you heard that right. The government gets its grubby little hands on it, but it's not as sinister as it sounds. Now, before you start picturing politicians swimming in Scrooge McDuck-style vaults filled with your abandoned nickels and dimes, understand that the purpose of these laws is to protect your assets. The state isn't just taking your money for its own use. The state acts as a custodian, holding onto the funds in case the rightful owner comes forward. This means that if you ever realize you have unclaimed assets, you can still reclaim them. They're not trying to steal your money. Well, not exactly. The idea is to prevent these assets from being lost forever. They're trying to prevent it from disappearing into the financial abyss. Without these laws, unclaimed assets could easily be forgotten and never recovered. It's like finding a lost puppy. Imagine you come across a stray puppy on the street. You wouldn't just keep it, would you? You'd try to find its owner, or at least make sure it gets to a safe place. You'd try to find its owner, or at least take it to a shelter. The state is doing something similar with your unclaimed money. That's what the state is doing with your money. They're holding on to it, keeping it safe, and waiting for you to come forward and claim it. So, while escheatment laws might seem a bit odd, they're actually there to help you in the long run. So, how long does it take for your account to be considered inactive and trigger the escheatment process? Well, it varies depending on the state and the type of account. However, a general rule of thumb is that if there's been no activity on your account for 3 years or more, it's at risk of being deemed abandoned. But what constitutes activity? Don't worry, you don't have to do a tap dance every time you log into your online banking. Simple actions like depositing or withdrawing money, using your debit card, or even just logging in and checking your balance can keep your account active. Think of it like calling your grandma. You don't have to have a 3-hour conversation every week, unless she's particularly chatty. But a quick phone call every now and then lets her know you're thinking about her and that you haven't forgotten about her. Your bank account is basically your financially minded grandma. Now, you might be thinking, John, does this apply to all my accounts? Even my secret offshore account where I'm hiding all my Bitcoin earnings? Well, I can't help you with that offshore account, though I am curious. But generally, most types of financial accounts are subject to escheatment laws. This includes your everyday checking and savings accounts, retirement accounts like IRAs, certificates of deposit, CDs, and even uncashed cashier's checks. Basically, if it holds money and you've forgotten about it, the state might come knocking. It's like that drawer in your kitchen, where you keep everything from spare buttons to expired coupons. You might not think about it often, but it's full of stuff that could be valuable if you ever need it. But if you leave it unopened for too long, who knows what kind of chaos might be brewing inside. Section 5, Bank of America's notification process. Now, before you start panicking and transferring all your money into a shoebox under your bed, take a deep breath. Bank of America won't just hand over your money to the government without a fight. Well, without a notification at least. They are legally required to make a reasonable effort to contact you before escheating your funds. This typically involves mailing a notification letter to the last known address on file. So, if you've moved recently, make sure you've updated your contact information with the bank. Otherwise, that notification might end up in the hands of a confused new tenant who's now wondering why you haven't touched your I Heart Kittens checking account in years. This is your financial wake-up call, people. Don't hit the snooze button. Open the letter, read it carefully, and follow the instructions provided. Ignoring it won't make the problem go away. It'll just make it worse. Section 6. The journey of Escheated funds. Let's say you ignored all the warning signs, missed the notification letter. Maybe you were on a digital detox retreat in the Himalayas, and your account is officially declared abandoned. What happens to your money then? Well, it embarks on a thrilling adventure, of course. Just kidding. It's not that exciting. Bank of America will turn over your funds to the state where the account was opened. From there, the state takes on the responsibility of holding on to the money and attempting to locate the rightful owner. Imagine a giant warehouse filled with dusty boxes, each containing someone's forgotten fortune. That's essentially what's happening. The good news is that you can usually claim your money from the state at any time, even years later. The bad news is that it might take some effort and paperwork, and nobody likes paperwork. Section 7. Keeping your account active, simple steps. Alright, enough doom and gloom. Let's shift our focus to something more positive and proactive. Let's talk about how to prevent your account from becoming a statistic in the Abandoned Account Hall of Fame. It's easier than you might think. It's actually much easier than you think. With just a few simple steps, you can keep your account active and healthy. Remember those simple actions we talked about earlier? The ones that are basically the equivalent of sending your grandma a birthday card? Do those. The ones that are basically the equivalent of sending your grandma a birthday card? Do those. These small gestures can go a long way in keeping your account active. Log into your account every few months, even if it's just to admire your balance. This simple action shows activity and keeps your account from being flagged as dormant. Use your debit card for a purchase or two. It doesn't have to be a big purchase, even small transactions count. Set up a small recurring transfer from your checking to your savings account. This not only keeps your account active, but also helps you save money over time. These small actions can make a big difference. They are easy to do and can save you a lot of trouble in the long run. Think of it like maintaining a car. Regular maintenance keeps it running smoothly and prevents bigger issues down the road. If you let it sit in the garage for years without starting it or driving it, it's going to have problems when you finally decide to take it for a spin. The same principle applies to your bank account. Your bank account is the same way. A little bit of regular maintenance goes a long way in keeping it in good shape. A little bit of regular maintenance goes a long way. So, take these simple steps and keep your account active and healthy. Section 8. Dispelling myths. No recent policy changes. Now, you might have heard rumors or read scary headlines about Bank of America changing its policies and closing accounts left and right. These stories can be quite alarming, especially when they spread like wildfire on social media. It's easy to get caught up in the panic and start believing that your financial security is at risk. Don't believe everything you read on the internet, people. Misinformation can spread quickly, and it's important to verify the facts before jumping to conclusions. Bank of America has confirmed that there have been no recent policy changes regarding inactive accounts. They have reassured their customers that their policies remain consistent and there is no cause for alarm. They've been following these state escheatment laws for years, and they're not about to start throwing caution to the wind now. These laws are designed to protect consumers and ensure that unclaimed property is handled responsibly. So, take a deep breath, relax, and stop stockpiling canned goods in your basement. The apocalypse isn't nigh. Your money is safe, and there's no need to prepare for a financial doomsday. At least not because of your bank account. Your funds are secure, and Bank of America is committed to maintaining the trust and confidence of its customers. It's like that time everyone thought the world was going to end in 2012 because of a misinterpretation of the Mayan calendar. People were genuinely worried, but in the end, it was all just a big misunderstanding. Remember how much time and energy we wasted worrying about that? It's a good reminder to stay calm and not let fear take over. Don't fall for the hype. Always check reliable sources and get the facts straight before reacting to sensational news. Bank of America isn't coming for your money. They are here to provide a safe and secure banking experience for all their customers. Unless, of course, you've been neglecting your account. It's always a good idea to stay on top of your finances and keep your accounts active. Then, all bets are off. But as long as you're managing your accounts responsibly, there's nothing to worry about. Section 9. Conclusion. Stay informed and stay active. In the complex world of finance, it's easy to feel overwhelmed and confused. But when it comes to your Bank of America account, remember that knowledge is power. By understanding the ins and outs of their account closure policy, you can take control of your financial well-being and avoid any unpleasant surprises. Stay informed about your account activity, keep your contact information updated, and make it a habit to interact with your account regularly. By following these simple steps, you can ensure that your money stays where it belongs, in your hands, not the government's. And if you do ever find yourself with an abandoned account, don't panic. The state is there to help you reunite with your long-lost funds. Just be prepared for a bit of paperwork, because let's face it, nothing in life is ever truly easy.